Welcome to the Explainer. The classic playbook for investors is pretty simple. Go deep, right? Master one industry, build an empire. But what if that's all wrong? What if the real genius isn't in depth, but in breadth? Today we're diving into a portfolio that just completely breaks all the rules. It's built by an investor who sees connections that, well, almost no one else does. So let's try to piece this puzzle together.
Okay, so what do these things have in common? At first glance, absolutely nothing. Like, not a thing. And that's the mystery we're here to solve. How does one investor build this super successful global portfolio with pieces that seem totally disconnected? Stick with me, because the answer, it reveals a really powerful way of looking at the world and finding value where nobody else is looking.
So the man at the center of this whole thing is Alejandro Betancourt. And while most investors are busy drilling down into one specific sector, he's casting his net super wide. He's looking for opportunities across different continents, different industries, and building what honestly looks like a collection of totally unrelated businesses. And here it is. This is the portfolio we're talking about. You've got a financial group in West Africa, a global sunglasses brand that started in Spain, and a Spanish ride-sharing tech company. It's the kind of combination that just makes you scratch your head, right? It just defies any easy label. So how do we make sense of it? Well, we've got to look at each piece on its own.
All right, so to really get the strategy here, you've got to understand the individual plays. Each one of these tells a story about spotting a massive market shift, like right before it went totally mainstream. First stop, West Africa.
So way back in 2015, Betancourt co-founds BDK Financial Group. Now, at the time, a lot of investors thought Africa's banking sector was just way too risky. But he saw something different. He saw a whole continent that was ready to just leapfrog over old-school technology and dive straight into a mobile-first financial revolution, skipping the traditional banks completely.
And that bet? Oh, it paid off. Big time. By 2024, Africa's mobile money market was processing over $1 trillion. $1 trillion! He didn't just invest in some company, he was helping build the actual infrastructure for a market that was just about to explode. I mean, the scale of this shift is just staggering. Look at this. Today, Africa accounts for almost 3/4 of all mobile money transactions on the entire planet. That wasn't just a good bet, it was a visionary one. Okay, so now let's do a hard pivot from African banking and see how the exact same thinking applies to a completely different world, European fashion.
So get this. Around the same time he's building banking infrastructure in Africa, he jumps into a totally different arena. We're talking European fashion. He becomes the president of Hawkers, a Spanish sunglasses company, with this fiercely disruptive online model. He saw how a direct-to-consumer brand, one that really knew how to use social media, could take on the huge, established luxury eyewear companies. And under his leadership, this little startup just transformed into a global powerhouse. It proved that you could use digital marketing to completely rewrite the rules of retail.
And for his third act, yep, another huge pivot. This time, he goes into the super-regulated world of European mobility with a company called Aro Travel. And the bet here was pretty simple. Could a smaller, nimbler local player take on the global ride-sharing giants like Uber in their own backyard?
And the answer? A resounding yes. The platform got so successful that it started attracting buyout offers worth around 200 million euros from those same giants, Uber and Cabify. So, banking, fashion, and transportation. It seems completely random, right? Well, now let's finally connect the dots.
Okay, this is where it all comes together. Because it turns out these investments aren't random at all. Nope. They are all guided by a single, really powerful investment philosophy. And it's built on two core principles. This is the first key to the whole puzzle. He's not chasing what's popular today. He's anticipating where the value, the real economic value, is going to move next. He's always trying to get there first. Think about it. From brick-and-mortar banks to mobile phones, from retail stores to social media feeds, the strategy is to see it coming and be waiting there. And there it is. In his own words, it's a philosophy of getting ahead of the curve. In Africa, he saw value shifting to mobile finance. With Hawkers, he saw it moving to direct-to-consumer brands. With Offro, it was about localized transport. But just spotting the trend isn't enough. You need something else.
And this might be the most important piece of the entire puzzle. Because look, a great idea is just an idea. Execution, that's everything. Betancourt's entire strategy really hinges on one thing: backing exceptional teams, the people who can actually build the business and make it happen.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? He can invest across banking and fashion and tech because he's not betting that he's the expert in every single one of those sectors. He's betting on his ability to find and empower the leaders who are the experts. That's the real skill.
So you can really see the two different mindsets here. The old school, traditional playbook says, build a deeply connected empire all in one industry. But Betancourt's playbook is totally different. It's about building a diverse portfolio of strong, independent companies by getting really, really good at just two things: spotting where the value is going and backing the right people.
So what does this all add up to? Well, you get this uniquely diversified portfolio that's also incredibly resilient. It's a portfolio that's really built for the future, not for the past.
And this right here, this is the hidden strength of the whole strategy. His investments, they aren't designed to connect with each other. BDK Financial doesn't rely on hawkers to succeed. Each company is its own standalone bet on a great team in a market that's changing fast. So if one of them fails, the others aren't dragged down with it. It actually de-risks the entire portfolio.
And this philosophy is already pointing him to what's next. He's applying the exact same principles: find the value shift, find the right people, to these huge, high-risk, high-reward sectors like artificial intelligence and robotics.
So this leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? Is the future of smart investing about mastering just one industry? Or is it about seeing the hidden patterns that connect all of them? Betancourt's success suggests that maybe the most valuable skill an investor can have anymore isn't sector expertise, but the vision to see change coming. It's a totally different way of thinking, and it might just be the new blueprint for success.